Hello and welcome to my Welsh Riverbank. It's Wednesday the 25th of March, just over a week since COVID-19 virus struck the UK and our lives changed and are continuing to change and will never be quite the same again. To some of us that's a bit of a scary thought. So at this time we need to be kind to ourselves and to other people, to support and help wherever we can. I'm so blessed to have the riverbank here to come down to, and it's a glorious day today. It's really hard to believe that so much is happening in the world. So what I thought I'd do is read you a story, something that I hopefully will make you smile. So a light-hearted story, something that you might be able to identify with. But as I say, something just a little bit light-hearted at this time where so much on the news and in the media makes us very sad or very worried. So here it is. It's called Mum's the Word. It's actually a story from one of my anthologies called Turn Down the Heat. So I hope you enjoy it. Mum's the Word. Emerging from the tube station, Kate knew she was early, but she pushed on through the crowds and arrived outside the offices. The glass-fronted building rocketed skywards as she stood on the pavement looking up. At the revolving doors, she took a deep breath, fixed her eyes on a gap between the crowds, and with confident strides negotiated the doors. She walked straight towards the security guard seated behind the desk. He looked up as Kate approached and saw a slim, dark-haired young woman in her mid-30s wearing a knee-length navy coat dress and matching jacket. She was struggling to retrieve a letter from a perfectly shiny navy shoulder bag while attempting to walk quickly in heels on a marble floor. At the desk, a dry mouth and a rising blush left no hope of words for Kate, so she handed over her letter in silence. "Thank you, miss," said Harold, a steely grey-haired man in his late 50s with twinkly blue eyes. "Take the lift to the 4th floor. Good luck," he added, and smiled. "Thank you," said Kate, and hurried towards the crowd in front of the lift, her heart beating like a tabla in her head. The heat in her face continued on the journey up as fellow sardines caught her eye. "What am I doing here?" she thought. "Am I supposed to smile at these people? Will they think I'm mad?" Kate alighted at her floor and was greeted by a radiant smile from a curvaceous blonde bubble-curled teenager wearing an earpiece, sitting behind the reception desk typing. "Can I help you?" she asked, her fingers still skipping over the keys. She pressed a button by her ear and stopped typing. Kate came forward, letter clasped in her hand. "Mrs. Mackenzie, you're early." "Sorry," mumbled Kate. "No problem, I'll show you where you can wait," said Adele, grabbing a crutch from the coat stand behind her and expertly negotiating the corner of the desk. 4 doors down the corridor, Kate was shown into a small room furnished with 5 high-backed, pastel-coloured armchairs around a low, oblong coffee table. The green seat was already taken. "Can I get you a drink?" asked Adele. "This is Lucy," she indicated the room's other occupant. "She's early too," she giggled, and Lucy smiled. The giggle was infectious, and Kate relaxed a little. "I'd love a black coffee, no sugar if you have one, please." "No probs, be back in a mo," said Adele, leaning heavily to her left on her crutch and making a spectacular 180-degree turn. "Make yourself at home." "Hi," said Lucy. "Hello," said Kate shyly, desperately trying to work out which seat to take. She chose pink opposite Lucy and audibly sighed, sinking into the welcoming support of the upholstery. "Difficult journey?" asked Lucy, sitting back with her mug. "No, not really," said Kate, trying to stand the bag next to her chair. After it toppled over for the third time, she ignored it and looked up, reddening as she realised Lucy had witnessed her failure. "It's new," she added by way of explanation, "and like new shoes, I should have broken it in first." Lucy laughed, and Kate felt relieved and happier than she had all morning. Adele returned with a steaming mug bearing the inscription "Princess." "Sorry," she said, leaning forward slowly to put the mug on a coaster on the table in front of Kate. "Last clean mug until the dishwasher finishes." She left, giggling again. Kate watched Adele leave and met Lucy's inquisitive gaze with a smile. "Such a lovely laugh," said Kate. "What a ray of sunshine to have on the front desk." Lucy nodded in agreement. "So if the bag's new, what about everything else?" Kate's smile disappeared and she nervously chewed her lip. "Yeah, it's all new," she said, indicating her whole ensemble. "Been a while, but I thought, for an interview, it's not my normal attire, but for certain occasions." Her voice tailed off. "Is it that obvious?" she thought, and blushed deeper than her chair. She'd lowered her gaze and leaned forward, seeking her coffee. She tried to sip it while scrutinising Lucy. Lucy looked in her late 20s, petite, auburn and decked with freckles. Her hair was a shining halo of copper, highlighting the soft curving lines sculpting her face, while her whole body personified confidence and harmony. Kate noticed her clothes for the first time. She looked comfortable in dark jeans, vest top and lacy cardigan. Kate felt Lucy's eyes on her, while Lucy sat smiling in her chair like a contented Buddha. A warm golden glow of balance and well-being surrounded her, as if all the world was right with her. "Yes, well, I normally dress like you, if I'm honest," admitted Kate, giving up with the volcano coffee and relocating its mat. "I'm sorry," said Lucy, leaning forward. "It's not a problem. You look very smart and I was being rude. It's just, you don't look overly comfortable." Her smile won Kate over and they relaxed and chatted together over their coffees. Kate was aware they were in competition for the vacancy, but she was glad to have someone to talk to and confide in. At least she'd be relaxed for the interview, and if Lucy got the job, well, good luck to her. "I could tell the hair was the real you," said Lucy, smiling mischievously. "You mean a bit of a shambles?" chuckled Kate. "I do straighten it, but it takes hours, and the scrunch dry routine does the trick. Don't you think?" "You look fine," reassured Lucy. "Anyway, don't you think it should be about what's going on the inside that counts? Clothes can be so deceptive. I remember," she spoke confidently, "my first posh dinner with my husband 3 weeks after Layla was born. I felt the biz. Hair up, a feminine goddess in long black velvet with inset lace sleeves and bodice. Until I took my jacket off and there was sick all over my shoulder." They laughed and chatted about Layla, Lucy's only child, and Ben and Chloe, Katie's 2 older children. They spoke about Andrew, Kate's husband and engineer, and Lucy's husband, Chris, a freelance writer and part-time musician. "So why wait so long before going back to work?" asked Lucy. "I gave up my job in the city when I was expecting my first child, because I changed one job for another," said Katie. "Settlements manager for mother, and I've always believed in that. I still do, no offence." "None taken," said Lucy. "I was very happy being at home, but now both the children are at senior school. It's time for me to start getting involved in things that interest me. Ben and Chloe are at an age when they're balancing their own lives, school, friends, family, clubs, hobbies and part-time jobs, so it's my time now. To be honest, she added, I'm not sure I have enough to offer this job qualifications-wise, but I'm a fast learner and I'm not afraid to ask if I don't understand. When I saw the vacancy, it really appealed to me, and anyway, I believe life experience should count for something. Absolutely, said Lucy. Do you think you have enough of that to offer? Are you joking? Laughed Kate. I've been married twice and have 2 children. Isn't that enough for starters? Lucy laughed too. But what about working with people? Aren't you worried you've been away too long? Sorry, me being blunt again. No, it's fine, said Kate. Working with people is what I've always done well. A settlement manager's job is to keep everyone happy by making sure certificates and money are where they should be. One minute I'd be talking to dealers, the next a lord or the personal assistant of an Arabian prince. It never mattered who I was speaking to. I could adapt and find a level on which to communicate. And as for being away too long, people are still the same. As Kate finished her coffee, Adele came in with a tall, gangly, eager young man with a straggly goatee beard, wearing a navy suit, white shirt and stripy tie, and a tall, thin woman in her 50s wearing a black and white fur stole. Her nose was higher than her hair, which encircled her head and was raven black with a thick white streak in the front. Lucy caught Kate's eye and mouthed Cruella. Kate looked down at her lap to prevent her smile becoming a laugh. Sorry, said Lucy to Adele, rising from her seat. Can I use the ladies? Adele smiled. Course, follow me. Kate was left with the new arrivals. She wished she followed Lucy now, but she convinced herself it was just nerves and wriggled in her chair. Minutes lasted hours, and twice Kate looked at her watch before Adele came in with a bone china cup and saucer for Cruella. Be back with yours in a mo, she said to Stripy Tie. They'll see you very soon, said Adele, addressing Kate. True to her word, Adele returned and showed Kate to a room at the end of the corridor. Knock and go in when you're ready, said Adele, executing another fabulous turn. Good luck, she added over her shoulder. Kate stood at the door and the tableau began again. She breathed, knocked and entered the ballroom. Closing the door behind her, she turned to face a table set across the room with one chair on her side. 2 men and a lady occupied 3 of the 4 chairs on the other side. A tall, distinguished man stood, smiling when she entered, indicated the chair on Kate's side of the table. Hello, come in, Mrs. Mackenzie, take a seat. May I call you Kate? He bumbled. He smiled at her, nodded assent and continued. I'm Robert Harrison, head of marketing. This is Eleanor Griggs, my director, and over here is Giles Foreman, head of UK operation. Ah. The door opened behind Kate. And here's the lady you'll be working with, our head of UK charity fundraising, Lucy Pearson. Kate stood as Lucy arrived at her left shoulder and offered a hand. Hello, they chimed in unison and smiled. You 2 already met? Inquired Mr. Harrison. Yes, said Kate. As Lucy brushed past to take her vacant seat, she whispered, Relax. Mum's the word. Thank you so much for listening to my story here on my Welsh riverbank. I hope the sunshine and the bird song and the sound of the river is helpful and sustaining and brings a smile to your face. Know that nature will always carry on, the wheel of the year turning. Spring is still coming, the buds are still budding, the lambs are still in the fields. We need to keep positive and we need to keep smiling. We need to do as we're told. So stay safe, and I hope to see you again soon here on my Welsh riverbank. I'm Wendy, the Riverbank Witch. I have a new page on Facebook if you want to go and find me. There's all sorts of things on there. There's books and crafts and upcycling and updates about life on the riverbank. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.